Tioga, Potter, Bradford County are now going to be moving from red to yellow on May 8th, next Friday, 1 week from today.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Homepage Network. This is John Vogt. We have an update from Clint Owlett today. Clint, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I want to touch on the governor's remarks today. If you could just go over some of the highlights in your mind that he touched on, those points that will directly impact the residents of Tioga County.
Yeah, the governor announced today that starting on May 8th, which is next Friday, there are going to be 24 counties that are going from the red to yellow phase. If folks remember, we talked about this a few times where we're doing a phased-in approach and phasing in of certain counties. So Tioga, Potter, Bradford County are now going to be moving from red to yellow on May 8th, next Friday, 1 week from today. So this is really good for our counties. Some of the things that they're basing this on is population, contact tracing, being able to have folks working in the community to make sure that we're doing our part to mitigate any social distancing problems that we're seeing. So we've really done a great job here in Tioga, Bradford, and Potter County. So it's exciting to be able to potentially move from red to yellow. Just some of the details with that. Telework is encouraged when feasible. Businesses will be able to open up for in-person operations, but they're going to need to follow safety orders by the Department of Health. Childcare can open for workers as far as that goes. That's a really good thing. We've been getting a lot of phone calls on that. And restrictions are still going to be in place for prisons and personal care homes, things like that. So schools will obviously continue to be closed, but large gatherings are still going to be prohibited, but in-person retail is going to be allowed. They are encouraging curbside or delivery if possible, but we're definitely moving from where we were at in the red, which is strict mitigation, to kind of this phased-in yellow approach, which is really great for businesses and folks that are really looking to get out back into the community.
That's good news for us. Regarding events that we count on every year here in the Wellsboro area and throughout Tioga County, like the Laurel Festival, like graduations, like things that will happen at schools, those things are still going to be in lockdown, and that's probably not going to change. Is that correct?
It doesn't sound like they've made any decisions specifically to open up large gatherings at this point. They did specifically say in the yellow that large gatherings are prohibited. We're not exactly sure how long we'll be in the yellow phase. I think it's mostly dependent on how we do. They did talk about that a little bit, and making sure that folks are continuing to follow the social distancing guidelines that the state has put out. So I think it depends on how quickly we can go to green. Green is going to be where we need to be for really this social distancing concept to be lifted significantly. And we're not sure what the large groups will look like at that point. But hey, if we prove ourselves here in the yellow phase, we'll find out what the governor says as far as green.
Yeah, exactly. Now, we're having people ask us about the events, and so I wanted you to clarify that regarding the governor's remarks. And then the other thing I wanted to touch on, Clint, is going forward, this could reverse. So we want to be safe. So if we go forward in the yellow phase and things start to pick up regarding COVID-19, then they'll put us back down into the red phase. Is that correct?
That's correct, John. They easily could take us from yellow back to red. And the goal is here to get to green, folks. We need to be at that point for all of our small businesses who are trying to survive right now. We need to get folks out of that unemployment line, and the quickest way to do that is to get them, back to work. So I think our small businesses, I think people are starting to realize the importance of social distancing and really looking creatively of how you can operate and interact with members of the community in a safe way. I see it every day when I'm out and about. I saw in Harrisburg this week, we didn't have any options for lunch, and somebody called a taco truck in, and they parked up on the curb, and they set cones out every 6 feet. And you stood at a cone till the next person moved, and it was done in a very safe way. So I think our small businesses are trying to be creative. They're looking for ways to continue to operate. I believe they will. I think we'll continue to show the governor and the state how it can be done and done in a safe way. And that's going to be so important, so we can get to that green phase just as soon as possible.
Yeah, and a lot of the businesses here in Tioga County have been creative as well to try to keep services open in some way, shape, or form to serve the people here in our area. So, well, Clint,
John,
thank you for the update. Yeah.
Our small businesses, they are creative, they're innovative, and they're problem solvers. I believe they can come up with ways to serve the public in a safe way. The public is going to expect that. They want to deliver it. This yellow phase will give them the opportunity to show us what it looks like. And I'm excited about that because, you know what, it's going to be so important for them to get opened up and be able to put food on their own table. They're struggling right now, and we need to be there for them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is a good first step. Let's hope we can continue to press on. I know you've got to run. You've got another meeting coming up here. Thanks for your time, Clint. We appreciate all you're doing for our community.
John, it's not just about how we start, it's how we finish. Finishing strong is important, and I think we're going to do that.
Yeah. Thank you, Clint.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
Life-changing medicine is not only medical treatment or surgical treatment, but giving patients hope.
UPMC brings so much to the table. They're just a comprehensive visionary system.
UPMC is innovative and always on the cutting edge of technology.
Defining not only healthcare, but health.
Its expertise, its focus on patients and what is best for patients.
As UPMC, we're able to elevate the standard of care. Just a wonderful opportunity.